Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for watching. To all the new members, you are welcome. In Kiswahili they say karibuni. Anyway, let's have a chat as usual. This is a place where we take it easy. We get to chat, we get to catch up. So today there's something very interesting I saw on YouTube. I saw many YouTube African content creators. They were crying and they were complaining about something. And first I saw Miss Trudy and then I saw Wode Maya. First, when Wode Maya made a comment about it, I didn't really think so much about it. But then later, I was watching Miss Trudy's a live video while she's in the US, and then she made a comment and said that they had taxed her over 150,000 Kenyan shillings. So for somebody living in Kenya, that's a lot of money. But also that says a lot. That means she has been earning really a lot of money from YouTube. Let me give you a little bit as a small background. I know I'm talking about Wode Maya, I'm talking about Miss Trudy, but I haven't told you who they are. So Miss Trudy, she is a YouTube content creator from Kenya. And then Wode Maya is a YouTube content creator from Ghana. He's huge. He's huge. He's a big deal. So what they both do is they create content that portrays the positive side of the African continent. They are trying to change the narrative about our continent because, you know, for so long the narrative about the African continent has been in the media, has been in the newspapers, where they will show a picture of poverty, of illness, of sickness and all that. But Wode Maya and Miss Trudy, they are doing such a great job. They have taken matters into their hands. They are the true definition of that. We have to tell our own stories. So what they do is they go from one African country to the other and try to capture the beauty, try to capture the positive side that usually the Western media wouldn't capture. But on the other hand, I also understand why the Western media does that, because most of the times when the Western media tells a story about my continent, our continent of Africa, it's usually to raise funds. So based on that, they try to get into the emotional bit of the people in the Western part, in the Western countries, because if you're going to raise funds, if you want donations, you're not going to bring a happy picture. You know, you're not going to bring pictures of mansions. You're not going to bring pictures of all those other positive sides. So they try to make it look so sad, so miserable. But at the end of the day, they don't do a good job of showing a balanced story. So Wode Maya and Miss Trudy have taken it upon themselves, and they are trying to show the world a balanced story of Africa. So recently they were complaining that they had started taxing them, and then they were crying and all that. And then that got me curious. So I went to YouTube, I went to Google, and I started searching. And I found out actually that the tax is something new. Before they weren't doing it. But the US has introduced a new tax whereby if your earnings come from viewership in the US, and if majority of your viewership comes from the US, or where you earn your royalties from viewers in the US, they are putting a tax on your earnings. So if you're a business, if it's a business, YouTube, they will tax will hold tax of up to 30%. If you're an individual YouTuber, then it is around 24%. So this has just been introduced at the 1st of this month of June. But before that, of course, they had written to other YouTubers and asked them to send in their tax cards, their tax information, you know. But I think sometimes people just forget about these small details and get caught up. So it got me wondering how it is, because I haven't had any YouTuber from my country of Uganda complaining. I don't know if they've started taxing them or if they are not aware about it, but it will be a good thing to think about it and file in your taxes or your income so that the correct amount of taxation can take place. Yeah. But also the other thing I think, when I saw most of the African content creators complaining, it also made me kind of think like most of them maybe are not used to taxation. If you live in the West, paying of taxes is just automatic. It's something you get used to. Majority of us, for example, in Denmark, it's 38% to 50%. So we are kind of used to being taxed. We are kind of used to taxation. But however, for some of you YouTubers who are coming from the developing countries, you should check out if your countries have some tax treaties with the US. For example, India has a tax treaty with the US, so they only tax them around 15%. So check with your country if you have these tax treaties. But also I know sometimes they reduce taxes for some countries, especially if you come from very poor developing countries. Sometimes they can reduce the taxes for you. So check out, file your taxes, have your papers in place, and don't get caught up. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Continue to wear your masks. Continue to social distance. Continue to sanitize. Thank you so much for watching.